Live in the dungeon, this is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Mick Strawn.
And this is episode 51. So a rejected Mad TV sketch turned into this, like, not a dynasty. What's the word that you want to say when you talk about, like, Star Wars? It's like, it's just amazing.
Sure, dynasty. I like it.
What's the word they use for Star Wars? It's like a, oh God. It's not dynasty, but anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
you
whatever.
Get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
This travesty.
No, how long before Disney buys all the gingerbread films?
That's probably up to Mr. Butler.
Mr. Probably,
he have a connection to Disney?
Yeah, that's right. Wow. One hand shakes together.
It'll be like cleaned up a little bit, like the gingerbread guy on that Shrek. The very first one that came out in 2005. Gary frickin' Busey.
Right. Exactly.
Because I was shocked that Gary frickin' Busey was in this movie. I was like, why? No, but anyway.
Well, because his face was so screwed up that then they had something to model the screwed up face of Gingerdead Man.
Here, kitty. Here, kitty. Get kitty. Kitty.
But I gotta say, Gary Busey, Buddy Holly story, that was probably the best thing he'd ever done.
Right.
And I love that movie because I love Buddy Holly. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Look, there is definitely a before and after Gary Busey.
Well, I'd say that wasn't the turning point when he had his motorcycle accident.
That's what I'm saying.
He started going on talk shows and he had those little acronyms for everything.
Right.
I have a Gary Busey story.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we are here.
I used to work at a TV station right out of college. It was WBIR TV in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
So Gary Busey came to town, and I don't remember what he was promoting, but one of the reporters this is during our live newscast.
Right.
They called out to the reporter, and the reporter was on scene at this place where Gary Busey was, and she was interviewing Gary Busey, and this is like in 2000,
right.
99, 2000. So
right.
it was it was in the height of his acronyms that he was doing. Like,
right. Exactly.
Yeah. You know, I will kiss you. I will kill innocently suckings. And anything, all these weird things that didn't make any sense, but they made sense in a weird way.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Sure.
So the point is, during the interview, it went horribly wrong very quickly. And you could see when they came to the shot of him and the reporter, he was like looking at her and like just kind of staring at her, like he was turning sideways and looking at the reporter. And like, so she was talking about, I'm here with Gary Busey, and it was like some kind of charity event or something. And so he was like, you are so hot. And he was like, I feel like I could kiss you right now. And he was basically sexually harassing her on TV.
The air. Oh, yeah.
So they she very quickly tossed it back to the news reporters. But anyway, it was kind of disturbing, and I felt kind of weird about the whole thing.
Get me out of here. I mean, take it away, Bill.
So enter William Butler.
That's right.
Who wrote this script.
He writes his script, and then
he also did the voice, didn't he? Maybe not on this one.
You know what? I find
he did the voice on the third one.
Yeah, he did the voice. I find it hard to tell which one. I mean, the first one, I think it was completely his idea.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure who wrote the script. The second one.
Well, go back to the. Go back to.
Oh, writers. William Budley. Okay, there he is.
But I'm saying go back to our episode. We'll just have to force people to listen to that episode because he told the whole story.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Episode 39. 39.
Oh, yeah. You have to know.
Well, he had a writing partner, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
But no, it was his brilliance that came up with this.
That's right.
Basically, he wrote a story about an adorable gingerbread man who comes to life with the soul of a convicted killer.
Right.
This real life cookie monster. I can't say that.
Oh, that was good.
I'm reading this.
Cookie monster. Okay.
Wreaks havoc on the girl who sent the killer to the electric chair. Anyway, yeah, it's a really dumb story, but
Oh, it is. But you
and it opens
you when you
diner.
say when you're saying dumb,
it opens in a diner, and it's the usual, like some crazy guy comes in and
yeah, the Bill's magic, William Butler's magic is nothing is too dumb.
right.
You know how we keep hearing about Donald Trump doubles down and he triples down? See, William
Right.
Butler does the same thing, only with dumb.
Right. Well, he does a really good job of having a movie make fun of itself.
Oh yeah. No,
And-
the guy invented meta.
Right.
Before meta was meta. He really did. But he created this creature that has just one. You know how Freddy's got all the one-liners and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah.
This guy throws about this Gingerdead guy just throws out 5 times the stupid one-liners, and they're great. I mean,
Well, the first one's great
and
because
the one-liners. Trust
Yeah.
me, the one-liners are Bill's.
and Gary Busey does a really good job of delivering those
he
lines.
does.
And, he was just kind of phoning it in, I think.
Yeah.
As an actor.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You think?
I can't even read my notes, but anyway, there's one shot I really liked where they show a Gingerdead Man from behind, and he was holding a knife behind his back.
Yeah.
And then like shots of him walking are just amazing.
See, and the shots of him walking and running are hilarious. I mean, they really just did it. So I was just about to say, well, and that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
They just then when he's running around in all 3 films, when he's running around, it's like din, 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 din.
Well, this is a movie you clearly can't. Well, we can talk about all 3 at once, probably. I guess.
I think
Yeah.
that we will. From
That's kind of
now
what we're
on.
doing.
Yeah,
But yeah, well, so I find it weird that people watch this and they're saying this is a stupid movie. I hate this. It's like, well, you got to understand it's kind of campy and
You
it's supposed
gotta
to be
be-
ridiculous.
you got to be. You got to be with the stupid. You
Yeah, you
have
gotta
to
be high.
You have to collect.
Well, it helps.
Leave your brain cells at the door.
Well, the first one was I think the first one was kind of a run of the mill.
Yeah, the
Horror
first
movie.
one, the first one just barely had its own little meta. I mean,
Yeah.
the only meta in that was the lines that the Gingerdead Man threw out, and those lines actually seem like they are coming from William's mouth.
Yeah.
From
But did you
William
notice?
Butler's mouth.
Did you notice that basically all 3 movies were shot kind of in one place? Like there's only one.
Yeah,
place.
yeah, no, absolutely.
So it was very low budget.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I was getting at.
Now we know in talking to Bill, we know what really low budget is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because oh dear listener, if you hear of a film being made for $1 million, that's low budget. If you hear of a film being made for $150,000, that's really low budget. If you heard of a film that's being made for basically what a Ford F-150 that's really well kitted out goes for off the lot, $35,000. Yeah, that's what Bill's doing.
Yes.
That's what Gingerdead was.
I learned about this different budgets for films at RadCon. Yes.
At RadCon.
Yes.
Yes.
There's an amazing panel that
Oh,
taught us
that's-
about this.
Who's on that?
Oh, you were on that
Oh
panel.
yeah, that's right. I was on that panel. Okay.
But that's perfect lead into Gingerbread 2.
Yeah.
Because
it's
a low budget movie set.
You're right. Wait. So we're talking about a meta film in a meta way. Meta away.
I got to read the description to the
Okay, go ahead.
Gingerbread 2
Let's go
because
number
it's
2.
hilarious. Kevin Cheatham has inherited his father's movie studio. Meanwhile, the Gingerdead Man brings his maniacal, murderous ways to the movie set of a low-budget movie. This movie was my favorite one of all 3. I love this one.
Oh yeah.
And
This was special.
The puppets were
The
freaking
puppets,
amazing.
the puppets were amazing. Oh yeah.
May the blood of build on this altar be the final ingredients to release your tiny terrors and cause them to rise. I mean, that's brilliant writing right there.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, 100%, man. I'm with you. I loved it. And
the woman gets stabbed and she says, "Ouch."
yeah, and the fact that you never cut away from that stage. I mean, you're sometimes you're outside where they're washing the car, to make enough money to finish the film, and it's just.
It had the feeling like it was shot in somebody's garage or something like.
Well, you know what it had a feeling of? It had a feeling of being on one of those stages.
Yeah.
One of the little LA stages.
Yeah.
I've been on many. There are so many of those little tiny ones, and the one I think that particularly the one that they were on is the Laurel Canyon stages. Those little tiny stages. They've been there since the 20s. I mean, they've been. It's amazing. You go in there and you'll see stuff that's carved into that makes no sense at all because it was carved by a grip in 1923 or something like that. It's like, yeah, it's really cool. So. I think he evolved because I think he got better and he looked better in 2. And then when they got to 3, I was like, they really improved his look. Yeah, by the time they were at 3, he was looking like a movie star. Okay, not much like a movie star, but
And then in the first 2, I can't remember the third one. I have to think about the third one. But the first 2, I remember there was a mysterious delivery that started both of them. The first one,
yeah, that's right.
It was a mysterious delivery of flour.
A flour, right?
And of course, when they were mixing it, wouldn't you notice there's some red stuff in there?
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway.
And there was ding, 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 ding,
and I had a question for William Butler about the transformation in the first one.
Yeah,
it was lightning, and it came down it was electrical. It was an electrical thing.
Maybe he'll get back to you.
And
on
it just seemed like it.
Oh,
didn't
come
really...
on, electric. We all know.
We knew he was going to transition. He was already transitioning before the lightning came or whatever that was.
Right, but we all know that to finish the job. You need lightning.
Yes, it was a Frankenstein reference, obviously.
Right, obviously. I mean, it's.
Oh, and I have tons of questions for Mr. Butler on 3.
You have, yeah. Oh, I know. I know. Three was interesting. Yeah. I just particularly do love the pictures of the Gingerdead Man running.
Yes.
on 3 from one place to the other.
And when they show close-ups,
were so great.
And the close-ups of his feet were great.
Right.
Where he's creeping up on somebody.
Right. It's
pain is temporary, film is forever. That was amazing. That was good writing.
What was it? What film? Oh, I was watching what's the film, the worst film ever? The James Franco did a film. He had an extra saying something. An extra was talking to an older actress, out at lunch, and was going, why did you take all this crap? I mean, why don't you just walk away? And the actress goes, the worst day filming is better than the best day not filming.
Oh.
And I have to tell you, there's
true.
something to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to you need exercise for anything as powerful as a haunted dildo?
Well, who doesn't know that?
No. You need an exorcist for anything as powerful as a haunted dildo.
Well, yeah. Exactly.
That means totally something different.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, but you know what? I think both of those are words to live by.
And cookies should stay in jars.
Absolutely. So I'm in agreement there.
So I love 2. The third one I think was kind of a train wreck, and I wasn't excited about it. And I really got sick of seeing that one skater that was dressed in green. I think he was dressed in green.
Yeah.
I got so tired of seeing that guy.
Well, yeah, I'm
they opened every shot with this guy.
Well, I'm sure they did. I mean,
he must have been the best skater there or something.
Or it was his skating rink.
Maybe.
See, you don't know.
Yeah.
And
but I just got tired of it.
Yeah. Well,
and the references were terrible.
I kind of like the interplay between the mother and the daughter. They were so bad. They were just like.
And the jailbreak at the beginning. It's like, well, okay. Oh,
yeah. No, the jailbreak at the beginning was awesome. It was so bad. I mean, it was awesome.
No, my problem with the beginning of these movies was, okay, all 3 of these movies could have been put into one.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing I had a problem with was the opening like they recapped, like the second one recapped the first one.
That's right,
And it
he
was like
did.
6 minutes. The third one recapped the second one, and it was like 10 minutes long.
Well, yeah,
It's like,
of course.
Why do they need to recap it? It has nothing to do.
Because they're trying to get to an hour, you ding dong.
But that was killing me. Anyway.
Oh well, yeah, but you know, hey, it's budget. That stuff's already been shot. That's a gimme. That's free.
So You Should Be Dancing. This was set in 1976 because it was a
Right.
contest in 1976.
Oh, you can.
You Should Be
examine that
Dancing,
again.
1977. Scratching on music probably didn't happen till like the Grandmaster Flash was late, like the 80s, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe late 70s.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer didn't kill until 1978. And Roller Boogie, the movie, which I think this referenced a lot, was 1979.
Yeah. Continuity is a hobgoblin of small minds.
Are you saying Mr. Butler has a small mind?
No, because he wasn't worried about continuity. Damn it.
I think he was like, this is his way of saying, F you, continuity.
Yeah. Well.
I don't care. if it
Somebody
makes
has to say it.
sense. So my question is, why did it have to be 1976? Why couldn't it have just been
and you know
sometime
what?
in the
On
70s?
the third one, you got a little bit of boob.
I don't remember this.
Really? Look back at the scene in the back room where the two are going out. There was a little bit of boob in there for you.
See, every horror movie needs that.
Bing, bing, bing.
I did like the hippies.
Nipplage.
I like the hippies.
Nipplage. You like the hippies? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So
It's amazing how popular she is now that she changed her looks and her personality. Now, that was the
I think
best
that
line.
can go for just about anybody.
That was a great line,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
So whoever came up with that line, I applaud. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had. The voice
Yeah,
changed
there
for
you
the
go.
better. I thought that he did a good job doing the third one.
I love the whole series. You know,
I liked it as a whole. That's
yeah,
why I
as a
thought we should
whole,
review them
Yeah.
together.
Oh, yeah. All together. I mean, it's
But if I was going to rate them separately, I would totally rate them separately. Like as a movie, the first one,
yeah.
I would
so
give
the first one
2 out of 5 as
Yeah.
a movie.
I would say the second
3 out of
one's
5
going to be
'cause it was
three,
fun.
3.5 out of 5 for the second one.
You think so?
And
Yeah.
and the last one I'm going to go to 2.5.
Let's see. The second one, I'd probably do. I think I was thinking. Oh, I would easily give that one as a movie.
Oh, the second one.
The second one, I'd give like
3.5.
3.5 easily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one 2.2.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
We agree.
Okay, so we agree.
Actually, I think I gave the third one a little bit more. Oh no! When I first saw this movie, I wrote down I would give it 3.5 as a movie, but 4.5 for being a bad good movie.
Oh yeah. Well, there's no doubt about that.
It reminds me of a lot of trauma movies. I don't know if you ever saw the Toxic Avenger.
Sure.
things
Toxic
like-
Avenger, all those. Yeah. You know, we. I was talking to a guy that was doing crew on a trauma movie, and he was like they'd only been filming for 4 days. I think it was Surf Nazis from Hell, right? And he says, God, he says the film was supposed to be shot in 4 days, right?
Oh my gosh!
And they're on the 4th day, and they're at the beach, and it's starting to get dark. And he goes, God, at last I'm going to get off of this turkey. And he says, and he turns around, and they used to have these light trucks,
Yeah.
which he says, I turned around and 3 light trucks came up, which they looked like condors, but they were completely fitted out with these huge 9 lights, you know? I mean, just many lights as you can see. They just made it, he said they raised all 3 of them up and just made it daylight, and we shot all night
Wow.
for our 4th day. That's how you keep to a 4-day schedule, damn it.
It's amazing they could afford that.
It always comes down to the difference between affording that and shooting another day. And
Renting a place probably costs more too.
Well, I'll tell you a little story about that.
Story time. Story time. It's story time with Mick. 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 Story time with Mick.
When we did the reshoots for Nightmare on Elm Street 3, you have to understand this happened pretty fast because Nightmare on Elm Street 3 came out 3 days ago, according to 31 years ago, 3 days ago,
Okay,
right? So
yeah.
so what would the day have been? It's like August 25th, right?
Sure.
No, not August 25th. February 25th, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
February.
I was clearing out the main stage. We had to get out of the stage, and we only had 3 days to do it before Christmas, right? Or no, actually, it was before the end of the year. Okay, so on January 1st,
Gotcha.
It was 3 days before that was the last day of principal photography. Okay.
Wow.
And then we did a reshoot. In between then and February 25th, we did a reshoot in there. And we did, it was Deborah Moore and me. Deborah Moore was the accountant on the film. And I was the production designer and knew the effects and all the rest of that. And we were the ones left in the office, right?
Yeah.
When they came in and said, okay, we need, I was still clearing up the paperwork from the last day of filming. And they're going, look, this is going to be released immediately. We got to get, and they gave us a shot list that was 3 days worth of filming, right?
Oh, wow.
Now, here's how this is how decisions are made in Hollywood. We were told that it had to be 2 days of filming, period. We were given that money, right? So we went in, we rented a stage, and we set up all this stuff, and we continued to torture Joey for 2 days because we did
Right.
The crap that we did to this guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of Joey's name, right? Character name I can think of, but I
want to say it's like Danny. No.
No. You can bring that up whenever.
Yeah.
Bing, it was right there. Oh, did you hear that? Anyway, so we managed to. He's the one that was suspended over the pit, right? And Rodney Eastman. Right.
Okay.
So Rodney is suspended over the pit.
Yes.
And we
okay.
did that during principal photography. But in the reshoot, we had to
I feel like I need to watch this one again. Anyway.
we had to put him up on his side, and suspend him in front of a blue screen that was the whole side of a building, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay. And we had to put him up there for hours, and then we had to put the neck makeup on him for that chest with the come and get him, that
I
stop
remember
motion.
That, yeah.
That stop motion took 16 hours. 16 hours that the guy couldn't move, right?
Wow.
Basically, he just had to wet himself. and the thing is what we were doing.
Did they give him a diaper?
We were trying to figure out what the meal penalties and the SAG penalties. It was unbelievable. He got paid a really good chunk of money for that. But that's it right there. Yeah, we tortured him like a son of a gun. But here's the thing.
Right.
We had all this stuff.
I'm looking at it like.
Yeah, there you.
I'm looking at the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay. Anyway.
So we're given 2 days, right? We're given the budget for 2 days, and we kept saying, look, it's going to have to be 3. We just can't do it. And so finally we set it up like this. We said, fine, we'll do it in 2 days, but you guys are going to have to tell us when to stop. And we started filming, and we did one normal 14-hour day. And then we came back for the second, and I think the second day went 23 hours.
Wow.
And it went 23 hours because they kept saying, well, you guys need to stop filming. And we kept going, okay, what do you want us to cut out?
I feel sorry for the editors.
And they wouldn't cut anything out.
Who was editing this? Were they freaking out?
Chuck Weiss? I don't know. You never see editors. They're like moles.
They just hide away.
They just hide.
Wait for footage.
Yeah, they go back. Like the room that used to have the real film editing and stuff. You'd see Chinese food packets around the outside of it. Maybe a Taco Bell wrapper or something like that. That's about all you ever saw of them. So anyway, they kept saying, okay, well, and we're just like, so what are we going to cut? No, you have to stop filming. And I go, okay, right, but tell us what we're going to cut. and they wouldn't make the decision. And they wouldn't make the decision. Finally, after 22 hours, they came up and they said, "Yay! Well, you got everything in one day." And it was like, the penalties that we pay. Oh, I mean, everybody was making triple, double time by the time we got out of there. And we basically paid for 3 days. However, it worked out because being as nobody made the decision, nobody got in trouble.
Right.
Wow. So, and that's how corporate works. It's not like we're given 3 days. We were given just 2 days. That essentially was 3 days worth of work and cost more than it would have if we did 3 days. But it's okay because we went through the right channels. See?
Right.
So you can see how that's a pretty common kind of Hollywood mythos. That's just the way things are done. As long as you can cover your butt.
Well,
it's like it was like everybody goes, "Well, we saved it and we did it in 2 days," and you're like, "Nah,
well, I think anybody that works in corporate America could respect that.
Well, there you go.
I think it applies to a lot of different things.
Come and get him, bitch.
I can't believe that took 16 hours.
Oh, yeah. No, it took forever.
Wow.
Yeah. See, and Joey's attached right there.
Right
there. He's underneath the table, just, pissing wherever.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review. This is Kurt Thomas along with Mick Strawn. We appreciate you listening to us, and please let your friends and family know about how awesome we are. You can hit us up at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com, or you can find us on Twitter and Facebook at DWReview. We'll see you next time on the Dream Warrior Review.